Hey guys, what is going on? This is Travis and welcome back to Coffee, Computers, and More. And I did it. I traded my 2020 Hyundai Kona SEL with all-wheel drive plus package for a 2024 Honda Passport Trailsport. I've owned it for 72 hours. I've got about 150 miles on the odometer. I'm just going to give you my initial impressions of the vehicle, how I feel about it, what do I think about it, what did I pay for it, what they give me for the trade-in, etc. So let's just talk about some of the basic features. We'll do a walk around. Now, there's a ton of YouTube videos out there that have a lot more footage on this vehicle than me, but just somebody who's not a car channel, just an average everyday consumer, just want to talk to you about the experiences and what I think about it, what I like about it, what I dislike about it, and we'll go from there. All right, so first things first, guys, you have a 3.5 liter V6 iVTEC engine. I believe it develops 280 or 282 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. You do have LED low beam headlights with LED daytime running lights or xenon, one of the two. But you do have incandescent high beams. The lights at nighttime work great. I've driven this through day and night now on a variety of road conditions. And yeah, the lighting's excellent. You do have LED fog lights. You do not have any tow hooks. I believe that there's a recovery point underneath. Now, even though they showed off the Ridgeline Trailsport with an underbody skid pad skid plate that protects the oil pan, this vehicle does not have that same protection. I'm hoping that maybe Low Pro will offer a skid plate for the front that I can bolt on it. Check out the design. Really does remind me of like a Jeep Cherokee. And I keep making references to it because I owned a 2000 Cherokee Limited, and I'll tell you what, man, the ride and just the noise and the handling, it really does feel about the same as that old Cherokee did. Up here you've got actual off-road AT tires. These are general grabber tires. Just talking about the road noise on them, the noise that they produce, it's more like a white noise. It's not like a hum. And I've driven this car up to 65 miles an hour right now as I've taken on a variety of road conditions. It does have two 45/60 R18 tires. If you don't like those, there's a lot of other options that are out there. The wheel is unique to the Trailsport trim. It's a pewter, or like a gunmetal kind of color of wheel. I've got lunar silver metallic. It does have painted side caps on the sides there, or for your over your side mirrors. And check out the design here. You do have the roof rack up on top, sunroof, seating for 5, ample seating in the back seat. I'm not going to sit in the back seat because I already have my dog's like blanket in the back there. You'll see it here in just a second. But you have plenty of legroom. I'm 5'11", and I can very easily fit in the back seat of it. Love the dual exhaust. Now, it did cost me an extra $900 installed. It really should come with it, but I did get the Honda factory trailer hitch there, and it does have the hookup. I believe it's a 4-pin hookup for the trailer. Sorry about the wind noise here. Dual exhaust, true dual exhaust, which is really cool, and visibility is excellent, as we're going to see when we jump inside of it. You do have a ZF 9-speed automatic transmission that I find very smooth and very comfortable. I know some people are critical of that transmission, but it does work great for me. So let's go check out the back real quick here and show you what kind of cargo space we have. I can't really tell you about cubic feet. I want to say maybe it was like 75 cubic feet with the back seats down, but you have ample cargo space in here. And you can put those back seats down. It does have folding back seats. There's a power outlet right there. This is carpet on the sides, but it did come with the Ridgeline trail mat included with it, and also the floor liners, which I'll show you guys here in just a second. And let's go ahead and continue. You do have an orange backlit button, and orange is kind of the overall theme of the vehicle. Orange stitching on the seats. You have Trail Ridge stitched on the seats with an orange thread. It does have orange ambient lighting, and it does light up the cup holders in orange, which is kind of cool. So you can see the Trailsport embroidery. The seats are very comfortable. They are heated. They're not ventilated. If you want ventilated, you got to go for the black edition. And the floor liners, they're nice, but I'm probably going to swap them out for a pair of WeatherTechs because they don't really have much of a sidewall. So containing snow and ice is going to be a bit of an issue. You do have a heated front steering wheel. You do have all the safety features on it. Cross lane traffic alert, blind spot monitoring and notification. Parking sensors all the way around, lane departure, lane assist. I've got a lot of that stuff actually turned off. There's an eco mode you can go into. On 152 miles of driving, I've got 18.9 or 18.4 miles to the gallon. You do have a 6-inch screen in the middle there with 2 analog gauges for temperature and fuel. Over here on the side, you have an 8-inch touchscreen. That was a big criticism of Honda that I've been seeing lately. People really wanted to see the new screen from the Pilot or the upcoming Ridgeline put in this vehicle because it is a 2024. And the piece de resistance, the reason why I did not get a 2023, the center console. This thing is enormous. You can put a ton of stuff in it. Mine's just completely loaded with all kinds of crap from my previous vehicle. Push button transmission shifting is fine. It's very intuitive. After a couple days, you kind of get used to it. You do have a charging mat on the left-hand side, but you do have adequate room for another phone on the right-hand side, various compartments. When we get behind the wheel, we'll take a look at the HVAC controls over there. And here's your door panel. Criticism of the vehicle, no cup holders in the doors because I like to take extra water bottles with me, but you can fit a Costco 16.9 ounce water bottle right there, more or less adequately. One touch up and down for the front, standard for the rear. You do have power folding mirrors, which is another nice feature of it. I'm sure I'm going to miss something as we cover this here. The back seat, let's go around the other side here because I've got the canopy down on one side for the doggy seat that's installed. You're not going to see a whole lot, and I'm not going to pull this out, but rear seating is fine. You've got plenty of room for 3 full-size adults, plenty of leg room. Like I said, I'm 5'11", and I've got plenty of leg room for at least 3 to 4 inches. Rear seats do slide forward and back, which is cool, and they do tilt. They are not heated, so just keep that in mind. That's another criticism people had at this price point. 2 cup holders per side. You have a little compartment down there. And over here we do have 2 USB ports. Let's see, I believe they're the newer USB 3.0s. And a regular wall outlet. You don't have controls for the back vents, but you do up front. I'll show you that here in just a minute. A couple little flaps there behind the seats there to put your paperwork in if you want to. And the Trailsport does include the floor liners on the bottom there also. All right. Let's see here. In case I didn't mention it, it does have a heated steering wheel. That was not on my actual invoice from the dealership. And so that's something that pops up as an add-on option when you go build these online. I was surprised it had it. It mentions nowhere on my window sticker that it actually has a heated steering wheel, but it does, and it works. Lockable glove box, pretty decent amount of space in the glove box. Again, you got those custom mats, and like I said, very, very comfortable ride. All right, let's go and jump inside and talk a little bit more about the features. All right, so hopefully this will show up okay. You've got your smart cruise control right there, so it does have the smart cruise if you want it. You can also do standard cruise control, heated steering wheel, and again, if you're a Honda fan, you're going to recognize a lot of these controls here. Let's go ahead and hit enter, enter. There we go. Again, very minimalist menu system. In fact, I even turned off the little tachometer on the top just as one less distraction I got to worry about, but not a whole lot from the main menu that you can access. You can go into the settings. On the actual screen over here, I'll show you that here in just a little bit, and that'll give you access to more of the different features of the vehicle. Over here is just to show you. Like I said, that power heated windshield turns on every single time you start it, which is kind of annoying because I don't really need it. It kind of feels like it's just wasting electricity, but oh well. Memory seats, again, these are all standard features on the model. You do have paddle shifters on it too, which is really cool. Again, if you recognize these controls, and apparently this HVAC system, this whole multimedia system goes back a couple years, which is one of the criticisms people have on it, but I really don't care. I'm old school. I like buttons. Buttons work. Buttons are simple. To control the rear climate control, you just push the rear on-off button, and you can control the temperature, which is, if you hit sync, it'll be in sync all together, and I think if we unsync it, it'll only sync it. No, I guess it has to be together. So when you do hit synchronize, you can control the rear temperature and the front. I do like that it does have auto climate control, which a lot of vehicles have had for a very long time. You do have the heated side mirrors. The center mirror here does have HomeLink with it. I am not able to get it to work with my current garage door opener, which is an older Genie model. I got to figure it out, but I do have it set to a friend's house, and it does let me open that garage door. They wanted me to do that for security purposes, so anyway, it doesn't matter. You can set it for that. You do have a sunroof, which is really nice. A very basic sunroof. Let's go open it for you real quick. You don't have a panoramic set. It's just kind of a standard size, just a normal black headliner, and that's it. And let's see what else is there. All right, check out the multimedia system on here. You do have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay that you can use on it. I did put a glass screen cover over the current screen. I just bought it off of eBay, and the glare that you guys are seeing, it isn't nearly as bad as what you're seeing on camera. Let's go ahead and close that up, get the glare out of the way. What I do like about it is you do have actual legit Garmin sat-nav, which is really cool. So I know people use Waze and people use Google Maps, but it's so nice having this as a backup so you don't have to worry about it, and I believe it's free. I've not asked it for a destination, but apparently you can do so. And then going back here, just kind of take you through the features. You have navigation, phone, settings, which will let you control all the settings, the lighting, and all that fun stuff. You can pretty much set it up how you want it. Take that back a little bit. There we go. AM, FM, trip computer, Bluetooth audio. You get your messages. Sirius XM is also on there. It does have HD audio. You can put a regular little clock up if you want to, which is kind of nice. If you don't want any distractions, you can go that route. You do have your brightness control right over here for your display. You can bounce between daytime and nighttime modes. I find the system to be very responsive. I've had no problems with it. Maybe it's older, but in all honesty, it's pretty much on par with what I had in my 2020 Hyundai Kona. It doesn't feel much different. You can do over-the-air updates if you have access to the internet, haven't used My Honda Music yet, haven't used USB. Down in the front, you have an older USB 2.0 socket and 3.0, 12-volt, 180-watt max outlet. Charging pad, like I mentioned before, push-button transmission, which is fine, and then adequate room for 2 large phones. I just have an iPhone SE 2020. It fits right there. And yeah, why don't we just go ahead and take it for a drive. Audio system's fine. I do miss the audio system in my Kona. My Kona had the Infinity audio system, which was like 315 or 375 watts. Really miss that, but this does have a subwoofer with it, which is nice too, in the Trailsport. So why don't we just go ahead and hit the road, and we'll talk about the road noise with those general grabber tires. Just real quick before we hit the road here, MSRP was $45,875. They did give me $18,000 as a trade-in for my Kona, which was pretty much book value for a 2020 Kona SEL all-wheel drive plus with 37,000 miles on it. All right, a few more features as we're going down the road here. You do have the auto-dimming rear-view mirror, which is really nice. And the cup holders down here, I believe they hold 2 32-ounce Nalgene water bottles. I think these are the same cup holders that are going to be used in the 2024 Ridgeline Trailsport, which I've not actually seen one in person yet, but they're coming. All right, let's go. The 3.5-liter V6 is more than adequate for this vehicle. I've really been going easy on it. Obviously, I only have 156 miles on it, so I'm not going to do anything too crazy with it, and I'm not a fast driver anyway. Most of you probably know that. Again, the engine noise, the engine rumble is very comfortable. The tires at 55. I don't have a decibel meter reading or a decibel reader with me currently, guys, so I really can't tell you how loud it is, but you could easily have a conversation in a normal talking tone with a person, speaking tone while you're driving. And the noise coming off the tires, it's not even a hum. It's more of just like a white noise, like a whooshing noise that you hear when you're driving. It doesn't bother me at all. But I've also been driving SUVs for a very long time, so 55 miles an hour, and like I said, gas mileage was like 18.4 mixed. I've had a lot of idle time though too, so that really definitely hurts the gas mileage. I did notice when I was going 65, I believe it was in 9th gear, pulling about 1,500 RPM, so really does as much as it possibly can to maximize the fuel efficiency for what it is. All right, let's get it out on some faster speeds here and see if we notice any more wind noise. But overall, very quiet, very comfortable. It does have a laminate glass on the front. Windshields are very expensive to replace. I did spring for the 8-year, 100,000-mile Honda warranty, which is offered through the dealership, but it's good at any Honda dealership. And it does have a $50 deductible once you get past your normal warranty period on the car, but it covers basically everything short of me destroying the vehicle. So yeah, I think that's definitely a good thing. All right, so let's get up on the expressway here, the interstate, and well, the highway, and we'll let you know how it sounds. So just kind of talking about the handling here as we go through the roundabouts. Did you know, by the way, Lincoln, Nebraska has the 2nd highest number of roundabouts of any city in the USA? Fun fact. But anyway, handling is fine. I've got a slow vehicle in front of me right now. But anyway, yeah, no, I mean, the handling, it does have an off-road tuned suspension, which is different from the other Passports that you can get, even different from the Black Edition. And this one, it's very comfortable, very soft. But it's not floaty and bouncy. Like, it does handle well. I don't notice an excess amount of lean. Of course, I'm not driving it really fast, but it does allow for a little more articulation off-road. And it's very comfortable, so why don't we just get it up to speed. We'll come right back when we get up to 70, which I have not taken it to yet. We're about to do that, and we'll see how much noise you guys can pick up from the microphone and the camera. All right, so here we go. All right, so we are at 70 miles an hour. It is pretty windy out right now. There's like a northwest wind. It's 28 degrees outside right now. And honestly, I'm fine with it. I don't think this is any noisier than my Kona was. I don't know if this thing has a lot of sound insulation with it. Probably not. But really, I mean, it's fine for what it is. And we'll turn around here and go back in just a moment. The brakes stop with authority. They are very, they're great. They're 4-wheel disc brakes. By the way, with me being 5'11", driving position is great. I've got plenty of leg room. I've got the seat probably halfway up to get to a comfortable driving position. I know it has tilt steering, but I have yet to figure out how to get the steering wheel to move forward and backwards. I thought it has that kind of a telescoping steering wheel, but maybe it doesn't. So yeah, I love the sound of that V6. This is the first time I've ever experienced a Honda V6, and it is awesome. All right, so we'll go ahead and turn around and come back. I have driven it in a little bit of snow and ice so far, and it is great. I mean, it does handle wonderful. Again, this has been some slow speed stuff. We're talking, 35 miles an hour and so on. But yeah, the IVTM system works really good. It does have a little torque meter you can use to check and see where the power's going. And again, I'm pretty happy with it. All right, so let's go ahead and begin the journey home. Just to show you this before we take off here, it does tell you what road you're on if you're using the Garmin Nav. Now, if you're using Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, it does not show you those the maps on the main screen in the middle here. You have to go off your screen off to the right-hand side. But with the Garmin app open, yeah, you do get a compass. You do have the road name that you're on. And let's go ahead and go to the all-wheel drive torque here. Here we go. And we'll go ahead and take off after this car goes by. Again, I apologize for the rough video production here, guys. I'm not a car channel, so kind of blurred off a lot of facts and stuff, but if you're kind of on the fence about whether or not if you want this vehicle, I mean, it feels great. You can easily get 5 people in it. 4 would have more than enough space. I do believe we have a center console that does flip down in the middle with 2 cup holders in it. Leather trim seating all the way around. And yeah, very, very awesome. All right, so let's just bring it back for a few final words. Again, I keep thinking of stuff to tell you guys. The one thing I don't like about it, another little con, is the pillar over here. The light is right here. It's not on the mirror. I wish the light was on there when somebody comes up in your blind spot. I'm sorry, I wish the light was on the mirror when somebody comes up on your blind spot, because I feel like I have to do 2 glances to see if somebody's coming up at me. But I am kind of just learning how to recognize that light when it does come on. And real quick, this is your key fob. You do get 2 of them with the vehicle. You do have your lock, your unlock, your remote start. If you hold it down, it remote starts. Not sure about the distance, haven't really tried it yet. Your panic button, your power hatch open. And I believe that there is if you flip this little button right here and pull out, there's a key that comes out that you can use to lock the glove box. And it also has perimeter lock and unlock if you want it. So if you get within, I think, 5 feet of it, well, for me, as soon as I put my hand on the handle and touch the handle, it automatically unlocks. And it does have a button that you can push on the door handles on the front if you want to lock and unlock the doors. And you can also set up the order that it locks and unlocks. All right, guys, so obviously I'm still in the honeymoon phase with this vehicle, but there's just a lot of cool things I really like about it. I do like the application of the orange all the way across the board. There's a little bit of like orange blended in with the trim plastic, which I thought was really cool. Yeah, just very, very nice. So a couple more things I need to mention. It does have a standard drive and a sport mode that you access through the DS button right here on the push button shifter, and it also does have 3 different traction modes. It's got snow and sand and mud, which I have not had a chance to test yet. Most of our snow's melting in Nebraska now. A couple dislikes about it, just kind of front to back. Obviously I mentioned the blind spot mirrors a little while ago, the blind spot monitoring. I wish they were on the glass. I feel like that's a little bit safer than looking at that light first and then looking in your glass, so I gotta train my eyes a little bit. With the name Trailsport, I was expecting maybe a little bit more. Some skid plates would have been nice. Not charging me extra for a trailer hitch would have been really nice too. I mean, I paid basically 3 times more for that than I would have, had I bought something in the aftermarket. The problem is that and a wiring harness can void your warranty if you're not careful, so I went all Honda on all the parts. Let's see what else is there. Oh, and there's just one little thing about it that I'm going to have the dealership take a look at on Tuesday. And if you buy a Passport, this is something that you need to watch for too, all right? One little thing here that kind of, oh man, I don't know how this passed QC, nor how it passed the dealer inspection. Obviously, I didn't see it. I did take pictures of it before I took delivery. So over here, we've got about maybe about a half-inch gap, I suppose. See that seam right there? And then we go over here on the left-hand side, and it's more like maybe about a 1/4 inch. So I find that unacceptable on a vehicle this price point. So the dealership's going to take a look at it on Tuesday. And like I said, I had pictures of it when I was in the showroom before I took it home. So really, that's about it for dislikes. Just little things like that I kind of wish had been addressed earlier, but it is what it is. And I know there's a lot of people that complain that this really should have gotten, the dash from like the Pilot and the steering wheel. But here's the thing, guys. I got a feeling that, I think 2025, I've been seeing that a redesign for this vehicle is coming. So if you like this body style, you like this layout, these kinds of controls and stuff, 2025, it's probably going to change. Maybe expect more digital stuff. Although Honda has kind of regressed away from all touchscreen to more going back to mechanical buttons because customers want those things. And so, you know, I don't think that's ever really going to disappear from the Honda line just yet, like other manufacturers have done. And then also, you know, you never know. I mean, at any point they could go to like a 4-cylinder turbo, you know, for emissions reasons. So hopefully they'll keep doing the 3.5 V6. It's been around since 1990, if I'm not mistaken, for Honda. And so, you know, I really wanted to take advantage of it. A couple more things to mention. The steering wheel, the thickness on the steering wheel, it's thinner than it was in my Hyundai Kona, but it's not too thin. It's comfortable for what it is. It is leather wrapped. And the steering wheel, when it heats up, it does heat up the entire steering wheel. Apparently, on some Honda products, it only heats the sides of the steering wheel. This is the complete 360 for the steering wheel. A little bit of piano black plastic, not much. And then, you know, I'm just going to wipe that off with a lint cloth. 3 stages of heating for the seats. And again, you got that orange blend in the black trim, that kind of faux carbon fiber trim with some orange blended in there. Really classy, I like it. It does have the nighttime ambient orange lighting down on the footwells. It lights up the door handles. It lights up the lower cup holders. Does the same in the back also. And also the front cup holders. So no USB plugs in their center console. So if you guys have any questions, chime in and let me know what you think or what your thoughts are. I know a lot of people are holding out for the 2025s because they want that new design. They want more features. They want that new multimedia system. For me, I'm old school. This is absolutely fine for what it is, for what I need. You know, everybody's needs are going to be a little bit different. So anyway, I think we've covered everything we possibly can with the time that we've taken. This is Travis. Thank you for watching Coffee, Computers, and More, and I'll give you guys an update down the road if we have any problems. Obviously, I'm going to let you know. Does have auto start stop on it. Gotta keep thinking of stuff. And I do have that currently deactivated, but that's about it. So anyway, guys, like and subscribe. More updates on this Passport coming your way, guys. I want you to have fun. I want you to be safe. And as you know, we'll talk to you soon. All right, take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.